Hey, what's up, guys? This is Vic from Drop Spotlight on the City Vita for another episode of Discover a Musical Vibe. I'm your host again. Like I said. Today's episode will be much more different than usual. It's going to be a little bit of a tribute to one of my favorite artists, musicians, guitarist, Dimebag Darrell Abbott from Pantera and Damage Plan. I love his music, love his style, mantra, and everything in between. So today we'll talk uh, about him. It's the 19th anniversary of his tragic passing. I still remember that day. I still remember the day of 9/11, where I was at, what I was doing. For Dimebag Darrell's tragic pass, I remember that. I remember I was at Texas State Technical College in Harlingen, TSTC, and I was about to do a literature test. And I remember hearing about it online earlier in the day, and I was like, no, no. I went to my class, bombed the test, of course. I just couldn't think, and I was out of my zone. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it wasn't real. Like Dimebag Darrell, this is a true individual. You know what I mean? This guy carried music, carried the way we see guitar, carried his attitude, and it's just his niceness too. There's not that many people that are nice out there as a big time musician, nice to their fans, nice to the individuals around them. And that's very tragic and it's what we've been missing. I know there's a lot of musicians out there that are nice and this and that, but they do it in front of a camera. This guy did it. He didn't do it in front of a camera. He just did it because he knew it was right. Those Texas roots, you know what I mean? We just did it because it's right, not because we want some kind of vibe or this and that from the camera, riz, whatever you call these days. And that's very tragic. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about Dimebag Darrell and his upbringing. You know, he came from Arlington, Texas, outside of Dallas. Beautiful city, Arlington. Love the food. And he was with his brother, and they metalheads growing up. You know, well, they like more the glam metal. When I say metalheads, glam metal, but it's still that was the '80s. You know, people love that, and I'm a big Van Halen fan as well. So when you go into that, I know um, the Dimebag enjoyed emulating Eddie Van Halen. You know, who doesn't? Who doesn't air guitar? But themselves, you know, in the bedroom or chilling or, you know, when some Panama comes on, you know, you just gotta. But either way, Dimebag did that. He mastered the guitar and played that. He played that for people as well as creating a sound that becomes later on Pantera. And and yeah, so afterwards, I know they had the little glam band for a couple of years, and then they met the kid Philip H. Anselmo, came all together with Rex Brown, and they started Pantera on there. And yeah, well, this is okay. I fucked up there. Am I gonna edit this part? No. It just means, you know, I messed up. So Pantera was created in 1981 before they met Philip H. Anselmo and Rex Brown. This was done in 1981. That's when their glam music was going on. And Pantera was more, you know, the Diamond Darrell. I remember that now. Sorry, my memory. Trying to calm myself down, talk more coherent for you all. But yeah, years later, when they changed their sound, they met the kid Philip H. Anselmo and Rex Brown, changing their direction of Pantera into more, yeah. So it was good. Uh, and Pantera dominated. You know, they started their arena tours. You know, oh, I scratch myself, start bleeding, so like I lick the blood. You know, we're talking about Dimebag Darrell Pantera, we're licking some blood on the air. It happens. It happens. So yeah, I didn't want to edit that part. I want to make myself look like a genius. No, I am human. I messed up that part. I just looked on my computer, the information that I had typed down, I had it all jumbled up. So my bad on that. But at the same time, I was wrong in that first instances, and so I wanted to correct myself. So we always can be corrected, and it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. But moving on. Pantera grew pretty large to the point that it was big. And then, we all know the situation between Philip and H. and Anselmo with his drug habit. Uh, just some stuff. That stuff really damaged the relationship with the other members of Pantera, leading to Philip H. going to creating Down, and eventually Super Joint Ritual, and then Dimebag, collaborating with other musicians, creating more music, as well as then him and his brother started a Damage Plan, pretty good band. I know Rex Brown started that Rebel and Rebel. I can't remember that, but I'm not talking about Rex Brown. But anyways, it was it happens, and then they did the shit talking on magazines and media. I know they're trying to sell clicks, and those bait clicks at that time was just the bait magazine article headliners. They're like, oh, we want to sell some magazines, sell some stories, so we're going to emphasize this and that. I'm like, dude. And it caused the fan who have mental issues to take that to the heart, thinking, go up and shoot it, kill him, kill others. Very tragic. But, we're not here to blame, we're not here to look sad, but we're here to talk about Dimebag, Pantera, Damage Plan. I was supposed to see Damage Plan in Corpus Christi, Texas. Didn't happen. That's okay. It is okay. I did see his brother Vinnie Paul perform in San Antonio with the other band, with the singer from Mudvayne, the guitarist Mudvayne. Uh, I forgot the name of the band. I had that song, Alcohol and Ash, But I was able to see him. I lost those pictures. But I still remember that moment where, they announced Vinnie Paul. He had the drumsticks in the air, and he had a standing ovation. Good 5 minutes. People just clapping, and they're like, all right, we'll go back to the show. And just people just like clapping and shouting for Vinnie Paul. The respect he has in Texas, and that, that's we love. We're respectful of our heroes because they're respectful to us. Anyways, um, going back to um, Pantera Damage Plan. We all have our favorite songs from Pantera. They did some good classic albums, good songs. Um, one of my favorites, 5 Minutes Alone, I'm Broken. A lot of people love Floods, as well as Yesterday Don't Mean Shit. But there's a lot of good songs from Pantera. And I dig it, they had some good songs. The band flowed really well together. I'm sorry, guys, just getting phone calls after phone calls right now. So it happens. It happens. I'm recording off my phone because I don't got a webcam. The webcam I do have on my laptop looks balls. So yeah, iPhone 13 Pro. Video looks good. Sound looks and immaculate with this little mic I have. So yeah, going back to that. So Pantera had some amazing songs. We all dig them, and we all have our favorites, and they also did some songs that weren't theirs. Like I know they're big fans of Black Sabbath, so they did. Hole in the Sky, as well as Planet Caravan. And those songs are really damn good. Like Planet Caravan takes you to a planet, man. It's just, you gotta listen to it. Just press play. Check out these songs. And if they're not your choice, it's okay. There's always a song that resonates with you. There's other songs that from albums that are just classic, Far Beyond Driven, the Great Southern Treadkill, Reinventing the Steel. There's so many albums from Pantera that are really good, as well as the cover songs that they did. So in my childhood, growing up in Harlingen, Texas, Primera, Texas, out in the barrios, in between the barrio as well as the countryside of Harlingen, I experienced, the countryside, the music, as well as the barrio side with the Latino, norteño music. So it was hard to find an identity. It was hard to find music that resonates. I found Metallica, I found Pearl Jam, but I needed something that described my anger. A lot of the stuff I'd seen growing up, and Pantera was it. It was really it. And seeing their music videos on MTV as well as just finding their music, going buying the cassettes, buying the CDs. Friends that would have, I'll ask, like, can you record this to me on a cassette? I want to listen to it. It's good. It's good music. And so a lot of people like to say, when they wanted to be that guitar player or they wanted to be that singer. I just wanted to be that fan in the crowd just to grasp being there. You know what I mean? Of course, we wanted to sing. Those lyrics. Of course, we wanted to be the one to shred. But at the same time, I want to be in the crowd. I want to live it with those people because I love being in the crowd, being in the mosh pits, pulling people up, shaking hands, hugging, crying all together. All the emotions when you're going to a concert like that from musicians like that is powerful, guys. It's very powerful. So the music from Pantera it's good, really good. Also, the short-lived Damage Plan. I know they had that song "Save Me," and I had another song. I can't remember the other song, but it showed the continuation of Dimebag's music outlet. He didn't have to be all out for Pantera. He did give out. He could change his sound. He could pull his sound into a different direction, which it many people have trouble these days because then they're like, oh, this is not. That's when you hear Damage Plan, you hear the song, like that's Dime playing. You just hear the guitar marks, those tracks. They just, you know, and it's like groove metal. you know, that's all it is. It grooves. You're grooving, headbanging, having fun. Now I'm not doing a long episode today just because this is just about dying stories as well as information. Just he's just a nice person. Like the stories that you'll hear. What's the stories part where there was one where he was at a autograph signing. He was signing autographs. One kid went up to him with their father getting an autograph, and Dime asked him like, "You play guitar?" The kid's like, "We can't afford it. Not yet, but hopefully one day soon." Kid, Dimebag said, "You guys wait till after the autograph session. I got something for y'all." Afterwards, he goes up, tells the kid, "Go pick up any guitar you want. Get it." And there was a part where Dime was like, "Kid in a guitar. He needs a guitar," and that's powerful because it shows that he loved the music and he wants the music to continue. You don't see that out there these days. You don't see that where musicians take care of their fans. They want them to create music. They want them to have something where, just to listen to. And that's one of the stories that stuck in my mind of Dimebag. And of course, when you read online and you see all the celebs just talk about how nice he was, generous, fun loving, from the strip clubs in Dallas to all the venues around America, they'll tell you this guy took care of people. You drank with him, he took care of you. And that's what's missing in a lot of musicians these days. Some do take care of you after a couple of drinks, but others, fuck. That's why Dimebag's one of my heroes, just because he created that sound. He continued that sound. And he wanted a future for that sound. His music is your music. His generosity is your generosity. So musicians that are listening to this podcast, take care of your fans. Know your fans. Have fun. So thank you again, Dimebag Darrell, for creating your music. We don't mourn, we celebrate and continue that sound for a future that enjoys that sound and creates something that comes from your work as a guitarist. And there's musicians out there working on it as we speak, and there's some that already have done it. All right, guys, this is Vic from Alamo City, Vita. I got myself caught up right there and dropped the spotlight for another episode of Discover Musical Vibe. We'll see you